Hello and welcome back to the channel. In 2026, it is surprising that a lot of people do not still know who a medical laboratory scientist is, their role, their function in the healthcare. So grab a seat, I will be educating you. For the people that already know their function and their role they play in healthcare sector, kudos to you and congratulations. This video is for people who do not know at all. So, who is a medical laboratory scientist? So, a medical laboratory scientist is a trained and licensed healthcare professional. So, you may want to ask, what's their key role in the healthcare sector? So, now the role of a medical laboratory scientist is to analyze patient samples. Example: blood, urine, stool, sputum, cerebrospinal fluid, semen, tissue samples, etc. So with this, it enables doctors diagnose, monitor, and treat diseases. Now, they do not have direct patient interaction, except in a community laboratory. That's a single laboratory where patients or clients simply walks in on their own to carry on or conduct a particular test for themselves. So with that being said, it is worthy to note that a medical laboratory scientist significantly influences patients' care. So now you know who they are and how they assist healthcare. So where do they work? Now, medical laboratory scientists work. Okay, so they work in hospitals, diagnostic laboratories, public health laboratories, and also research laboratories. I will explain each of them. So now in the hospitals, what they do is run routine laboratory tests, emergency tests, inpatient and outpatient testing. Then for the diagnostic laboratories, now these are independent laboratories that receive samples from hospitals, clinics. They operate on their own. Mostly they are usually private or depending on how it is. Then the public laboratories. Now the public laboratories, what they do is outbreak investigation, monitoring infection diseases, and disease surveillance. So we still move ahead to discussing about research laboratories. Now, a medical laboratory scientist can also work here, and what they do is develop new tests, conduct medical research, participate in clinical trials, university and training institutions. Now, teaching future laboratory scientists on every single thing they need to know. Right. Oh, I forgot to mention that we also have forensic laboratories, and what they do is help criminal investigation using biological samples. So take note of that also. So, having listened to all of this, let's talk about their function. That's the function of medical laboratory scientists in healthcare. So, number one is disease diagnosis. Disease diagnosis. Now, doctors rely on laboratory results to diagnose diseases like malaria, diabetes, HIV, hepatitis, kidney disease, cancer, anemia, monitoring treatments. Patients on treatment need laboratory monitoring. I hope you understand. So, for example, regular blood sugar tests, kidney function test, liver function test, viral load, full blood count, also known as the CBC, that's complete blood count, disease prevention, blood donor screening, antenatal screening, newborn screening, community health screening, infection control. Laboratory scientists identify bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. So I believe by now you understand what I mean. And please, we do not still want to have people who do not know do not know who a medical laboratory scientist is, their function, their role in healthcare. I'll still proceed to giving you more details or information about who a medical laboratory scientist is. Okay, so let's briefly discuss the common misconception in few minutes. So you hear things like they only collect blood, machines do all the work, and they do not contribute to patient's care. So all of those are misconception and lies from the pit of hell. So a quick Google search is going to give you a clue on that. Okay, quickly before I round off, I just want to conclude that a medical laboratory scientist may work behind the scenes, but their contributions are at the heart of the modern healthcare. Every accurate diagnosis, effective treatment plan, and successful disease monitoring often begins in the laboratory. If you're considering a career in healthcare or simply wanted to understand what happens behind the scenes or in the laboratory doors, I hope I have been able to explain to your understanding. So far, if this was helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay glued to the channel. I'll see you on my next video.